Good evening and welcome to Wellness Wednesday, because it's Wednesday and I like to know that everyone's okay and we're all surviving this mad world. If anyone's seen Edna, point her in this direction. She's probably wandering around the corridors of YouTube like she normally does. God bless her. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and keeping warm. We've had another change to our weather system. It's been quite spring-like for a few days, and then it changes again, and we're back to winter weather. And today has been quite wintry, not been wonderful. I've not long been, well, a couple of hours ago, came back from my meal with my son that I always have on a Wednesday or sometimes a Thursday. So that was nice. That was good. Haddock, it was for me tonight. I had haddock, chips, and curry sauce because I'm that kind of person. Oh dear, what else could I say? So there's so much going on. Um, it's actually quite mind-blowing. I've got a case to be discussing later on. So, hey Edna, hello darling. Someone must be live because there's even fewer of us here, but that's fine. Why don't you come on up? Come on up and we can have a chin wag because that's what we do best. So let me just copy and paste this in, and then you can get up and you can tell me what you've been up to this week because I'm always interested. Tell me about your weather front as well, because our weather front is ghastly at the moment. And every time, like, you get like a spring morning or you get like the sunshine for a couple of hours, and then it's like it's like the whole sort of weather front changes dramatically, and we're back to Wizard of Oz weather, and I don't like it. No, no. So yeah. So that's enough of the weather. Anyone would think I was British or something. Apparently, we always talk about the weather. So yeah, I'm just being British here, guys. So I've not what have I been up to this week? Not an awful lot, if I'm perfectly honest. Just doing the same old. I had a lovely evening with my daughter at the weekend, which was nice. And I got scampi and chips, which was lovely. We got a takeout or takeaway, as we say over here. And I enjoyed that very much. Um, and other than that, just the usual, you know, it's March. We're all looking forward to warmer climes, which are meant to come sort of in April time, aren't they? My daughter's off to, one of my daughters is off to, where's she going? Greece? Or Cyprus. I don't know. I always get confused. One of them always goes to Cyprus. Well, normally goes to Cyprus because she's married to a Greek. But the other daughter is going to a Greek island, I think. She's taking the kids away. Her and hubby taking the kids away next month. So she's looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to seeing my favourite band. So here we go. Hello, Edna. How are you, darling? Switch
Hello, I'm
your
doing
mic.
well, Jan. How are you? Well, I just heard how you are.
Okay. I
I'm doing
wonder if we do have a delay. I think maybe we do, Anyway,
oh
you can
wait,
speak
I
now.
guess we do. Hold on, let me close the browsers.
That's okay.
Okay.
I was just thinking for you, I think, maybe you get a delay from when I speak. Um, so that's why we quite often trip up over the timing issues, don't we?
I
So how have you
know.
been? How have you
I'm going to
been?
invest in a decent computer. Good. Everything's going well. It's picking up substantially, so that's nice. And yeah, I'm just right now enjoying talking to you and seeing what we get
So
into for Wednesday
what's your
for Wellness Wednesday.
yeah, I was gonna I did think that maybe I could do another quiz, but you know, the one sort of what was it? Kiss, marry, or avoid. I thought about doing that
Oh,
tonight
right.
and then I forgot. I forgot. I was too busy fuddling with something else. So I didn't
Yeah.
organize it. But we must do that again
Oh,
because that was good fun, wasn't it?
it was good fun. You know what? I think we maybe have well, I want to say he Kate, but yeah, whatever. He Kate's live. So I think that's where everyone is right now. And I think Jessica Miska was live too, because you
Who's
asked
live?
about that. He, how do you really say it? I think it's Hecate.
Oh, that one. Ah, I went in to do
Hmm.
a bit of trolling the other night.
Oh, did you?
Or was it yesterday? I've forgotten. It's all a blur. Hey, Bridge, click on the link if you want to come up.
Yeah,
That
hey,
was
Chris, how's it
horrible.
going?
Bad choices of people. I know it was, but I was thinking of doing like more famous people, not just, people in our. Why have I got a frog in my throat? Why? Why has that happened? Let me clear my throat. I am sorry, guys.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to say like, oh, taxes, but it's really picking up, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I think I can see that Bridget's been squabbling away with people on Twitter. She does make me laugh. I love watching Bridget's back and forths sometimes. It does make me laugh. I tend to sort of go on for a little while and do what I need to do while I'm on there, and then I come back off again, because I just find it. I don't know. I when Twitter first came out, years ago, I was on it all the time to the point that my kids used to tell me off. And so for goodness sake, mother, just, leave it. Hey,
Those people on Twitter are crazy.
I know.
They had me busy all day yesterday.
It does make me laugh because half the time I don't even know what you're talking about, but I can see that there's some back and forth going on. I'm like, "Oh my god."
I made one reply about Candace Owens. I don't know if you know who that is. She's
Mhm.
this
Yes, absolutely. And
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
right. And so I was just like, because she did that interview with Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club, the radio show and stuff like that. And I was just like, you
Right.
know what? I said she said some truths. I said, but there was some lies sprinkled in here and there. And then
Mhm.
everybody
Mhm.
started coming at me. She didn't lie. You don't know what you're talking about. I was just like, what the hell?
Wait, people were taking up for Candace?
Yeah, yes. But
Only in
yeah.
girl world. Okay.
No, well, it wasn't in girl world. These are people outside of girl world.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Bea.
that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of these people,
Hmm.
that you're talking about, but I know that, you do go back and forth with some of these people sometimes. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Bea.
Nice,
Keep
Bea.
listening,
Yeah, we're showering
honey.
with Bea today.
Yeah. Um, but I know some people can just get. What I was going to say was when I used to be on Twitter a lot, I used to get in altercations with people all the time.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm.
and then I'd say something so random that on purpose, and they'd be completely like thrown.
No, but Candace is this conservative. She's a black conservative political commentator. So
Hmm.
you got all those conservative people coming
Yeah, I
after
feel
me.
like she intentionally,
Uh huh.
says, things to kind of get people riled up.
Yep. Yep, because that's what I said. I said she was a scam artist too. She is. She
Yeah.
totally is.
I mean, on one hand, it's like, you know what, girl, get your money, enjoy
Mhm.
your life.
Mhm.
What does it matter at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Except for that it really does hurt people,
Mhm.
having this kind of amplified voice does impact people. So like if you
Jan,
can not go ahead.
I was gonna say Jan needs to get to know her because she said because Candace said that racism doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh my
Jen, you
God.
would love Candace.
She needs
You
Yep.
to
should
come in
check her
Girl
out.
World.
You
Definitely.
actually you should.
And we
Yep.
get it from all sides as well. We don't just get it
Yep.
from the whites,
Yep.
we
Mhm.
get
Yep.
it all sides. And
Yep.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm
look at
quite
how
used
your
to that
mama.
being I'm quite used to that being biracial. I've always had it from both sides. But I mean, when you're on YouTube, you don't really expect other people, to sort of get it so much from both sides. But yeah,
Well, especially
interesting.
as a black woman too. That's what
Mhm.
was so kind of infuriating about Candace, because it's like, girl, we do not need you out here making it harder.
Yep.
Being the token, being the voice to say, well, here's a black woman saying XYZ,
Yep.
so it's okay.
I
Yep.
hate that. I really hate
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And yet there's people on here that have taken that have jumped on that word and made it like, oh, you can't say that. That's an awful word. But I mean, we all know what it means,
Mhm.
and it's not nice if you are or if you feel as if you're a token. People don't just
Oh
throw
my
it out
God.
willy nilly.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's even worse than you think, because there was a tragedy. Well, I mean, it was, I guess, a smaller scale tragedy, but it's tragedy. The in America, the Baltimore Bridge
Mhm.
collapsed. There was an accident where it was hit by, I think it was a cargo ship, and it just crumbled. And the mayor is a younger black man. He's
Oh
probably like in his
yes.
30s.
Mhm.
And it's a tragedy. It happened at like 5 a.m., like early in the morning. So, he's on the scene as like, the local elected politician to
reporter,
kind of, just be there and everything, right? And everybody was calling him like a diversity hire. Like, people had things
Mhm.
to say, like in the midst of a tragedy, they were talking about him being a young black man, basically, and
Mhm.
not, whatever they're. Yeah, go ahead, Bridge.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw a meme of him today that some racist journalist or made or whatever of him talking about, oh, we got the bridge though, or something like that, like trying to do African American vernacular and stuff. It was horrible.
Hmm.
really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's terrible.
awful. I
And
I
I'm
actually
thinking, why
saw
did yeah.
something. I actually saw something on Twitter, and this is as bad as Twitter is. This just proves how bad Twitter is. I didn't think it was for real because I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't seen anyone else talking about it, and I saw a picture of it where it just sort of collapses into the water, and I was like, "Well, that can't be real." And I actually thought, "Is it
Right.
April 1st?" I honestly didn't believe it was true.
And the
Mm-hmm.
thing
So,
is, like, it's still terrible, because I think it's still like 6 or 7 people who are unaccounted for and presumed, deceased. But
oh, that's
imagine if something like
awful.
that happened during rush hour, like at 9 a.m. in the morning,
Mm.
or, like 8, or, at
How
5:30, six
weak
o'clock
was
when
the
everybody's going
bridge?
home.
How weak was
Huh?
the bridge that it was knocked down by a boat, wasn't it?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out, I guess, because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be. First of all, we need infrastructure maintenance in America. Like, this
Yeah.
is not the first time something like this has happened, right? So it's so infuriating, because we have what I feel like trillions. I don't know what the number is, millions, billions for wars. They want to cut
Mm-hmm.
Social Security. They want to raise the age to like 69. You got to be dead before you collect now. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so Bea says it was a cargo boat. Yeah, I heard that. But honestly, so few people were talking about it on my Twitter anyway. I honestly thought it was a meme. I
Hmm.
mean, I know
No.
it sounds awful, but so you get all your news from TikTok. Wow, I don't. Okay, I want to get back to what Squish Squish said.
There's credible sources on TikTok, Jen. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I take that back. How rude of me.
It's
I
not
am
all
sorry.
dancing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And and Bia said the boat crashed right in the middle of the bridge, which made it collapse. Well, did it only
Yeah,
have
because I think
one
it
sort of
actually support
structure?
beam, no, but I think it hit a support beam. So
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Shocking. I'm gonna get back to you, Swish. Squitch. Squish.
squish,
Squish. That's
squish,
it.
squish.
Right. Yes, that was I. That was me. Do you know what? I've done a few videos this week, and I was in the middle of doing the Yo Mama one. And I have to set myself a timer because otherwise it gets too much, the editing, especially when it's someone like your mama. So
Mhm.
I thought, oh, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea. So I did. I left the computer and I went into the kitchen, and then I was, going through the phone to see who was on, and I saw that one
Mhm.
was on, and I thought, oh. I'll have a bit of a laugh. So I did. Yes, I admit it was me. It really makes me laugh though because of my cheerleaders. People never know if it's me or not, Ah, which always makes me laugh. But oh, she's a gobby one, isn't she? Oh Jesus, she's like, oh, come up here and I'll tell you that. No, 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 thanks. Give that a miss.
Mhm.
So yes, I was
Everybody
in
wants
there.
to panel and yell and argue. Like nobody wants to do that on a panel.
I know. It's like, what's the point? I mean, I'm not going to go back on anything I said. Um, there's 50 of me, is there? I love that. And I love it when they get banned. Oh dear, that always makes me laugh. So Bridge, what have you been up to, darling? Before we move on to, we're going to talk for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to get onto the true crime side because it's really interesting. I think you can probably guess what we're going to be talking about. You girls can teach me a bit more because I don't know an awful lot about this person. But anyway, how have you been, Bridge? What have you been up to?
Good. Just basically working on this paper that I got to get done before next week.
Oh, great.
Oh,
In,
nice.
in
Yeah.
between arguing with people online.
Right. Yeah. Because I was doing my paper yesterday, and then that's when it started. I did like half of what I needed to do, so I need to finish up.
I know. It's terrible. It's like,
Do some study strings. Sorry.
Well, no, because because I got like 15 tabs open and stuff, so it slows down my
because it
computer when
runs.
I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
That's what
you,
I was thinking. I wanted to do streams, but how can you work using the power that you need and also stream?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, apparently, oh, Squish has heard that you're a perpetual student. Like, that is so
Okay.
wrong. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes me
Hey,
laugh.
be a
What is
student
so
of life.
wrong about wanting to study? What is so wrong in that? Is there an age limit to that? I didn't realize there was. But
You know what? When I was actually I was getting my BA, and my aunt had called, and this was when I'm like 20, 21, 22 years old, and she was calling me a perpetual student or a professional. She called me a professional student because like I was finished with my degree, and then I was like, but I'm gonna add on another major. So I was like,
yeah.
I still need to take these classes. She was like, you're gonna be in school
Yeah.
forever.
As
But,
long as you
people,
enjoy it and it's working out,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
great.
but I finished my BA. I did that within 5 years because I had a double major. And then I stopped. I was like, I'm not going to school anymore. And then it was like, what, 2019, 2009, or maybe 17, 2017 or 19. I don't know. I was like, I'm going to go back and get my master's. And so I did that.
Mhm.
And then I was like, let me keep on going.
yeah,
So,
I can't
You
see
know,
anything wrong in that. You
mhm.
know, I
I'm
mean,
thinking
I've
about
even
becoming a
thought,
CPA.
yeah, I mean, I've even thought that I wouldn't mind doing some more studying about things, but the
Mhm,
problem is, I do so many other things anyway. To be honest, I don't think I'd be able to dedicate enough time to
mhm.
doing it,
You
you
can take it
know?
as slow as you need to, Jen, one class at a time. What are you thinking about studying?
I like psychology. I've always liked
Mm,
psychology.
Oh,
And
yeah.
although I got sociology, also quite like to do,
Mhm,
psychology. But also I like, I'd quite like to do child psychology,
mhm.
okay.
but there's something else I like, and it's gone clean out of my head. It's just
Hmm.
gone. It's completely gone. Oh, yeah, French. I'd quite like to learn French, but I think you can
Oh,
do that.
parlez-vous français?
But the thing is, the problem is, who am I gonna speak it to? Nobody I know speaks
You
French, so, yeah, it'd be a bit of a waste of
yeah.
time. But, yeah. What about you, Edna?
You
If
know
you could
what's
learn something else, what would it be?
engineering for sure. I think I guess my third life maybe because my second life, I think I want to get into investing. Um, and
Alright,
like,
so you could do,
markets,
like, business
finance.
studies, maybe?
Yeah, well, I have a BS in accounting. So I think like right now I'm thinking about, really getting like a business like finance YouTube channel together and seeing where that takes me. And just
Yeah.
learning and
Mm.
studying about finance and kind of building upon that, investing.
Yeah. I mean, what and then
And
you
then
could
yeah.
actually become an investor.
Well, I'm already an investor, I guess. Like everybody's an investor to some extent. I mean, maybe become what I think they call what is it, a qualified investor once you have like $1 million in assets or something. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I'm still beginning here, but it's like I started just with like the 401k that I had the option of putting into when I first started college, and I don't know. Now I'm able to buy like my company stock, and I'm seeing like crypto is now they're creating like IRAs and crypto ETFs, things like that, so where you can really invest in crypto uh,
I always thought,
legally
well,
or
I don't know
structured.
anything. Put a load of numbers in front of me and my mind just clears.
I
Um,
love it. Give
but
me all
I
the numbers.
always thought I understood crypto was a scam. Why did I think that?
Because money's a scam, life's a scam, but any
Okay.
people can take advantage of anything, and crypto's new. So anything you don't really understand, you can be scammed out of, right? I think that's probably
Mm.
the biggest thing is that people jumped in like feet first into things that they did not understand at all. Like the
Mhm.
tokenomics, like the hype, like just understanding the psychology of investing and not having your emotions in your trades and things like that because I would be an emotional wreck trading like $100.
Oh my God, yeah. I
Like
can
$3.
imagine.
Yeah, well, and then the market crashed like 70%, Jan. I was like, I'm done. It shook me out. And then here we are back at top numbers again. I'm like, all right, let's get it.
You're easily swayed.
I well, this is my fun money because I'm already almost on track. I'm hoping like within a year or two, like by the time I'm 40, I will be where I should be, like what they average or what they estimate you should be like retirement, things like that. So at this
That's
point, I'm
really
like, oh,
good. That's
yeah, I'm
very
doing all right.
impressive. Okay, girls, we've been talking for 25 minutes. Shall we move on to what I've got planned for Jan's views on crime? Because I think this could be an
Yes.
interesting conversation. I'm looking
Oh, I
forward
think I
to
know what
it.
it is.
Do you? I'm looking
I
forward to
have a
doing
guess.
it. Now, I've even set this out. We're tucked away in the corner there, and I'm going to introduce it firstly by saying this guy. There's many channels that are covering this. Of course, it's all over YouTube. I was gonna sort of just watch the Law and Crime Network because that's where I get a lot of my information from. But then I saw this guy who I haven't seen for a long time. He's called True Geordie. Now, I don't know if you know him. He's he's had his ups and his downs, put it that way. Some people love him, some people hate him. But he is a true Geordie, and that's what he's that's why he's called True Geordie.
Is
So
that a British
hopefully
term?
you're going to be able to understand him. Sorry, Edna.
What's a Geordie?
A Geordie is somebody who comes from Newcastle or Newcastle, as they'd say, and that's the north of England.
Mm.
The same
Oh,
place
okay.
as Mr. Snowflake comes from. He's a
Okay.
Geordie. Okay, so
Gotcha.
you'll
So a
notice the
person from a
accent.
particular area.
Yeah, it's in the north of England. Okay, and it's called Newcastle or Newcastle. So let me just say who's in the chat. Hey Barley, lovely to see you. Hope you're doing good. Um, and hey Letty, lovely to see you. Oh good, I'm glad you love a true crime. The thing is, Bea, I just want to sort of talk about it because I don't know a lot about this guy.
I
Um,
heard a little bit. It was breaking today, Jan.
No,
More
it's
is
been
coming out.
breaking for a few days. And what's
Yeah.
interesting is that True Geordie has been speaking about it for
Mm.
months. I
Oh,
mean, this
really?
is
Mm.
4 months ago. Look, this one here. Hang on. This one here. P. Diddy's horrific crimes on Cassie are part of a bigger con or conspiracy.
Yeah.
And here, the crimes of P. Diddy. This was 4 weeks ago. Hip hop's Jeffrey Epstein. So what I find really well, it's not fascinating, it's tragic really,
It
is
really is.
that
Yeah.
so many people know what's going
Mhm.
on
Yes.
and yet nobody speaks up.
That's how it always is. That's how it was with Bill Cosby. Everybody knew.
But you know what? People are speaking up. They're just being silenced or not listening to. Because
But
Yeah,
Jaguar
people
White, she's been talking about this for at least a couple of years that I know of.
hmm.
really.
Yeah, she's like in the bad boy camp. I think she was like a artist in the 90s. She was laying this all out.
What's her
Well, not
name?
all of it, but she was laying a lot of this out. Jaguar
Oh,
Wright
I haven't heard of that one.
is
Okay, so
WRIGHT.
okay. Now what I want to do is play some of it, and hopefully he's not going to strike my channel. But obviously I'm gonna, accredit him for the clips and everything. But I just thought that he did it so well. He covered it so well today or yesterday. Um, so let's start.
Managed WordPress hosting by Hostinger. Here are 3
Okay.
super features to improve your website's performance.
Well, we've been saying this was coming. I've done 3 videos in the last year about P. Diddy and the crimes he's been accused of, and the feds have finally come after him. 2 properties owned by Sean Diddy Combs have been searched by federal agents as part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. His homes in LA and Miami were raided on Monday. Now, this wasn't just a small operation. There was dozens and dozens of officers. We've got boats, we've got helicopters, we've got drones. They didn't pull out the stops for nothing here.
Right. So can you understand him?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I've watched this guy for years. Or I've followed him for years. I haven't watched a great deal recently because he doesn't come up in my recommended. Because you know what it's like. As soon as you click on one video, you're always reminded of what the people
Hmm.
do. So I was quite interested to find that True Geordie is actually covering crime. And when I saw that he's covering this case, I thought, oh, let's discuss because he's very blunt. Take him as you find him. And as I say, he has been in some controversy because he's been on YouTube for quite a few years actually. Then I think I'm right in saying he had problems with his mental health, as quite often people do. And he spoke very openly about it. And maybe one day we'll look at that video, but not today. And that's what I like, people who aren't afraid to speak up
Was
about
he
their
talking
mental
about
health issues.
was he talking about specific like diagnoses or like general depression or anxiety?
I can't remember. I think it was a general depression. I can't remember, but I do think, I mean, nah, I don't think we can go through all of it now. But yeah, maybe I'll have a look and see, and we can share it and, maybe do like a general chat about it and how, once people come out and talk openly about their mental health, I think to me, it makes it more, what's the word? I feel that the person is being much more open and therefore more genuine, put it that
Authentic?
way. And I only like genuine people. So yeah, that's what I feel. Let me see. All right, okay, Bea. They spoke up, but nobody believed them, sadly. But times are changing, and finally justice will be served. Let's hope so. Okay, so Squish says, my hubs is a Brit. I can understand him just fine. Oh, good. Okay. And we've got a Miss Rabbit in here about to rock Bea's world. I hope that's in a good way.
Right. I was like, is that a threat? What's going on?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't have nonsense in our chat, okay? But you're very welcome as long as you abide by the rules. So let's carry on with what P Diddy says. If you want to say anything, girls, just jump in,
Mhm.
They've definitely got a lot and they're looking for a lot more. Now, as I'm making this video, they don't have Diddy in custody. They do have his sons. They've got people who work for him being questioned right now. The last time he was spotted was near Miami Airport, where he's pacing back and forward. TMZ, of course, got the footage. And his
Right, so I can update you on there. Apparently, he has been arrested. Am I right in saying? Or he's very
I hadn't
close to
heard.
being arrested.
Okay.
Have you heard anything, girls?
I think
Oh
the only
no, I
thing
was
I heard
saying
is
I
that,
hadn't heard.
yeah, I think the only thing I heard was that they basically caught up with him. I don't know if he has been arrested or not.
Yeah.
As in he hasn't escaped or absconded
Yeah.
to Antigua or someplace.
No,
Or
they
Bali maybe.
they've got him. They actually caught him on the other
Oh, okay.
channel.
So he is in custody.
I think so. I believe so, yes.
Okay.
I believe he's in custody, but I don't know whether he's actually been formally arrested.
Right.
So,
Okay.
his own private plane has actually been tracked in Antigua. Now, we don't know if he has gone on the plane to escape and just left his sons to pick up the check. It's looking bad, right? And you'd think it's P.
Right.
Diddy. They're going to grab him soon, and maybe by the time this video is out, they'll have him. And the point is, he's fucked. We've been knowing this.
I love the way oh dear. This guy was effing and blinding on
The
YouTube
amount of
before
resources they
anybody
put in
else.
generate. Oh yes, they absolutely have plenty.
Okay, I'm not actually looking at the chat, so any mods in there, if there's any shenanigans, just give them the boot.
Hold on. Bea, don't go.
Okay, Bea, I don't want you to
Yeah.
go.
Everybody looks
Hold
good.
on.
Right, okay.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Oh wait,
If
what?
you mods can just boot these people, Bea, you stay there,
Oh,
darling.
I see him now. Okay.
Okay, let's carry on.
This was coming. But maybe he's trying to limit how fucked he is, because there's a lot of speculation that the reason the plane left may be that there was vital evidence already on there. It would appear that he got some kind of tip-off, and we know, going back for decades, he's had people within the police working for him. And
Is that true? He's that powerful? He's got people in the police working for him?
Maybe so. Because he is pretty big.
I mean,
He
it
got
doesn't.
money.
People are people. Yeah. What's the badge?
It's terrible. I just think
Yeah.
that's well, I was going to say unbelievable, but I mean, in today's world, anything can happen. But yeah.
It just so happened he managed to not be there when they came for him. There's every chance that some of the valuable evidence could have already been destroyed or could have been on that plane to go and be destroyed at a later date. This is a video of P. Diddy the night before, looking nervous at a Hollywood event. Not looking his usual calm and composed self, giving a look over the shoulder there. And interestingly, P. Diddy's neighbor who was exiting the scene,
he does actually look as if he's expected to be jumped at any minute. Oh my God. Oh dear. Right, okay. Mods, do what needs to be done. Okay.
No, we
I'm
got
not
it.
gonna
A
deal with
bridge on it. I timed out a couple of people. So
Yeah,
you have about
okey-doke.
10 minutes to calm down, guys.
Yeah. Okey-doke.
Ian, as all the reporters had gathered around his home, had this to say.
I live right next to him. He do too much. It be like buses, like big ass buses. You just see all type of shit hop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning. It gets wild. I'm his neighbor.
He's clearly saying,
Could you hear that? What his neighbor was saying? Oh God! I mean, yeah, okay. I guess it happens all the time over there in America because you guys don't seem as much as I am.
Listen, Jen, we're not all Diddy having wild, crazy sex parties.
Right.
I mean, this man has been talking about this for a minute. I remember when he did that when he turned into Brother Love and he was promoting that movie, he talked about his sexual orgies doing that.
Did he?
Oh yeah, and that's another
Yes,
thing.
Diddy has
Apparently,
been wilding for years.
okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was funny that they caught the neighbor who couldn't say enough. Oh yeah. Oh God, he's awful.
He's like, finally, this is over. That
But yeah, I
Why
wasn't
weren't
expecting
people
that.
listening then? If it was so obvious, if it was so out there, Jesus,
They probably was scared to say anything.
Yeah.
I guess.
You know, Diddy blew up that car.
Yeah, I
People are
heard
now
that.
talking
I
about
heard about that as well. I
yeah,
think Geordie
who's
says
part of
something
that?
about, and they're now saying that maybe had something to do with the Alaya plane crash.
Really? The Aaliyah plane crash?
That's what I heard. I heard something. It might be on here. I've only watched him. I've only watched True Geordie and I've watched the news channel, and I thought we'll have a look at True Geordie and then maybe go over to the news channel afterwards. So we'll see.
Okay.
saying that there's a lot of people coming in and out late night, and this sort of plays into everything we've been talking about on previous videos about P. Diddy. Keefe D, the guy who was involved in Tupac's murder, basically pointing the finger at P. Diddy, saying he put me up to it. The Cassie case, which he settled immediately for like 30 million, where she said not only did he rape and beat her, he deliberately got her addicted to drugs through.
That is awful. Now, I was listening to that earlier on I think it was on the news channel, and I couldn't believe that he's supposedly been abusing girlfriends as well. I mean, is this a known fact?
Yeah. And
Still to this day, Jen, or well, not this day, but Young Miami. His newest
I didn't know about that one.
It's insane.
Through the coercion and control that he had over her. He then would basically tell her that she had to sleep with other men for his entertainment, and just destroyed this woman. And it wasn't the first time. The bodyguard of P. Diddy from back in the day said he would regularly beat women. Kim Porter, who the bodyguard said knew everything about P. Diddy and was writing a tell-all book, suddenly died, and whatever was in that book was never found, never just...
Oh my God. Is that true? Did you do you know anything about that?
Because like his ex-wife, she was like only 40 something. She was like 42 maybe, and she just all of a sudden died. Like, how do you just die?
Oh my God. And it wasn't
You know,
looked
not
into?
I don't even think they gave cause of death, did they? They were just like,
I don't.
yeah, I mean, they said
Yeah.
it was natural causes or something, but it was weird because it's like if you're not unhealthy or something, like how do you pass away at 40
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
of natural
Oh
causes,
my
you know? Yeah.
God.
Discovered. And then just recently, we've got this music producer who said that P. Diddy would say and do anything he could to get this guy to agree to have gay sex with him. I'm talking promising him money, Grammy Awards, the lot. That same music producer said that he would see P. Diddy drug the girls, and he was actually involved in that as well. So maybe the feds have gone directly to him because he was on the instruction of P. Diddy, drugging these women, getting the drugs. So
That's insane. It's honestly, guys, I am just so shocked by all this. But then I'm not really into rap. And I mean, I've obviously heard of him, and I think my daughter liked him, like some of his stuff. But I wasn't aware of, that he was actually a music mogul. I didn't realize that, and that he's like, he brought up Usher, was it, and a couple of other, and other people. But I didn't realize that he had such a terrible backlog of problematic behavior.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Just
then, like, when was it? Like the 90s or something, when he was going with J-Lo, and then they had to go to court because there was some gun, because the
Oh
club
no,
got
it was
shot
the
up.
early 2000s.
Early
Yeah.
2000s, yeah, the club got shot up. They had to go to
Where
court and stuff.
who J-Lo
now they're
did as
saying that she
well.
was holding a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were dating.
Yep.
She was Jenny from the block, Jan.
So- This is why I needed both of you up here tonight to tell me a few things. So far, you're just agreeing with everything. I need to know about this because this is just insane to me. I mean,
It really is.
is it what how can I put it? Is this sort of synonymous with the hip hop rap community? I mean, is this the sort of the norm that they have such a, problematic icons? I mean,
Well, I think, yeah, because
I
he
think
was
to
all
some
involved in,
extent.
because that was
Go ahead.
that was when the East Coast West Coast rap thing was going on, the beef with that. And that's when Tupac died, and then Biggie died, and Puffy, or P Diddy, whatever his name is, he was with Biggie. So they're saying too that he had something to do with Tupac's death.
Mm-hmm.
That was from the 90s.
oh my God,
Uh-huh.
it's insane.
But I think everybody, and you can't paint the brush to like every rapper is out here being as crazy as Diddy,
No.
because everybody doesn't have the power, the money and everything that Diddy has. But he definitely was in a position to take advantage, and he clearly did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think, there's taken advantage, which is bad enough in and of itself, but there's actually being, how can I put it, criminal and sadistic and just, predatory.
Yeah.
I think that's a different thing, and that's why I can't understand how so many people knew about it and didn't do anything about it. Was it okay for them? Is it okay for them to do that? Like with Jeffrey Epstein, so many people knew about that. But I think with him, it was more it seems as if that was more under the undercover.
And I don't think they had.
I think you're going to have to change your mic
Right, but I
again,
think people didn't
Edna.
have the power to do anything. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that means that, we live in
Okay, is
a
it better now?
lawless society then.
I think so, Edna.
Yeah, is she there?
Okay.
Edna, are you
Yeah, well, I
there?
was gonna say there was I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? Testing?
Yeah.
Okay. So there was I can't remember, like, I mean, it was like a known figure, Tariq or Tarek, I don't know, how do you say Tariq? And he was saying how he knew Diddy. He, called on him as a friend to say, hey, can you help a family member become an intern, and, just, hook him up. He said, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he was probably working with him for a month. He was fired, and the cousin, I think it was the cousin didn't say anything about it until like years later, but he wondered for a long time, like what could have happened, like what, and it turns out that Diddy called, basically asked him to perform. He didn't want to, and he walked away.
Ah.
But he couldn't pull down, he couldn't come out with any allegations or anything. Like nobody's listening to these people. You know what I mean? Like because there's been people talking about it.
Yeah. And I guess, we've had the similar situations that have gone on over here, but I don't think it's, well, I was going to say it's not to do with the music business, but it is actually. We've had so many.
I was going to say too, because I was just watching, what's her name? Paige Christie's latest video, and she was talking about how she was essayed by some DJ way back in the day, and nobody was talking about it. And just recently she came out with her article talking about it, and then all of a sudden all these other people started talking too.
Yeah. I mean, was it a famous DJ?
I forget his name. He's over there with you guys. So I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll watch her video. But I guess it does happen over here. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Jimmy Savile thing. And that was linked to the music business, or more so the TV business, because he used to do a lot with on TV, and he used that power that he got from being like the nation's king or whatever. I can't remember what they say. The nation's sweetheart, that's what they say. So I think it does happen over here. And what the sad thing with the Savile thing is, nobody spoke up until he had died. So he just got away with it.
Yeah,
he completely got away with it, and I just hope that he's rotting in hell. Quite honestly, I really hope he is, because that's all he deserves.
That they could then have these sex crazed parties where all his rapper mates would come round and fuck all these girls. And, allegedly, some of these girls were underage. Oh, and by the way, the whole thing was being videoed on CCTV and hidden cameras and all that. So when you've got all these famous people coming, you're then getting them into compromising situations. You've got the evidence. You can then control them in a very similar way that they say Jeffrey Epstein did to a lot of his powerful friends. That's before you even get to the fact that the same music producer took pictures of a scene of a crime where P. Diddy, just a couple of years ago, I think this was, shot a guy and nearly killed him.
Oh my God. I'm just shocked. I'm just completely shocked by it. So I'm not going to play all the video, because I think you should go over and play it. But there was a few bits up here. I mean, it's not a very long video anyway. It's only 9 minutes. But I wanted to go to like the 5-minute mark, because I think some of the things he said there were very good. To be honest, I thought the whole video was very good. Very well done.
In there, people who are willing to testify that they were forced into this situation, because people always like to act like coercion is a very grey area, and I understand why, but from everything we've learned, he is a bully. He is someone who forces people to do what he wants.
And I mean, to me, it just seems incredible that one person can have that much power over not only his victims, but the people that work for him, and the people, his friends and his acquaintances. How does that happen? I don't understand it.
I say it's money.
Is it all money?
I think so.
What, money's greater than like a sense of decency?
I guess for some people.
Insane to me.
And it feels like everything is pointing to a conviction here already. There's just too much smoke. What's seriously ironic is that he once filmed a getaway on an aeroplane as the police chase him. This is so fucking mental.
Finally, you can have the fancy tap.
Do that, the advert,
the dream pantry.
The cops are coming. He's hopping on his plane. and the plane takes off over the police cars. It's almost like he knew this was coming. And now we've got weird little videos of him and Justin Bieber together when Justin Bieber was a kid, where he's saying some like strange stuff.
This is really creepy. I mean, this guy, P. Diddy, has been around so many people. It's insane. And apparently, I think it was Asher actually lived with him for a while when he was a teen.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I think he had like he called it a P. Diddy camp, a camp for kids or something like that. Oh, and then I just remembered he adopted some kids too.
Oh my God. But they're saying, or I've heard somewhere that apparently his sons are implicated in this as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes, because he was with young boys. So his kids are grown now. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so if his kids, has he got young kids or are all his kids grown now?
I think his youngest are probably like in high school at the youngest. I don't think he has any
Okay.
like children.
Well, I think on the on the other channel, I think it said that the sons have also been taken in, to be questioned. So yeah. Anyway, let's look at this. This just makes my skin crawl.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed the Usher.
It's just weird. And look, we now know that Diddy is a full-blown predator and is into men. Would anyone be shocked if it was boys as well? He craves power. I don't even think P. Diddy, from everything I'm learning about him, it's really about whether it's men or women. It's actually a lot like a Jimmy Savile case, this. It's about the power. And we might be looking at a new Jimmy Savile type situation where...
Yeah, see, that was the one I was telling you about, Jimmy Savile. Okay.
This man just wants to be in complete and utter control over everyone in his vicinity. And the weirdness that the record producer who worked for him talked about, where people would wear these little bum bags in his mansion where they'd be fully stocked with drugs, so that at any point of the fucking day, a servant walking past, give me some of them drugs. Come on. Like, it's just mental what we're dealing with here. And
it is. It's like, I'm sorry, but yeah. Girls, contribute to this. Tell me why you're not shocked. Yes. Why am I the only one shocked?
Because I am shocked. I'm stunned. I'm speechless. No, it's crazy.
Are you trolling me?
Other than
are you trolling me, Edna?
You're a little bit.
Edna's trolling me now. How dare you? How very dare you? Yeah, no, I'm just surprised that you girls are not as shocked as I am. Perhaps
it's probably because we've been hearing about like little stuff here and there. We've been hearing about this stuff like for years. About him.
And then you put it in the context of Einstein and these other stories that come up. Plus, Cassie just came out. It's really not shocking that this is like when you talk about the drugs, like because she said that he got her on drugs and whatever. So how do you do that? You have to have it all around. We talk about these mules and different people who are getting snapped up for their involvement with the drugs and for this and that across state lines and why. I mean, it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're just okay, those dots connect.
Yeah. I think what's, so worrying as well, or, enlightening, it's not really the right word for it, but, finding out that, people that I've heard of, like Whitney Houston, and she also knew him. And is Jada Smith in the mix anywhere? Because she liked her rappers, didn't she?
Well, Jada was with Tupac, so but I
Mhm.
mean that was, you know, in the night. I don't know if she would still be like cool with Diddy and hanging out with parties and stuff. Like I
Mm.
don't
But do you know how
know.
old he
Because
is?
I guess maybe we should be kind of careful not to attach everybody to it.
Yeah. No, I'm only going by from, what I've learned. I mean, I don't talk out of my arse. I
Mhm.
I hear things and then, like to sort of
What were they saying about Jada? Because I hadn't heard anything about
nothing,
Jada.
nothing. That came from me. That's me just
Mhm.
asking
Oh,
whether
okay.
whether she's, her name's been attached or not. I heard somebody
Okay.
say something about Whitney Houston. That's why,
Oh,
I've
I
just
hadn't
sort of,
heard.
yeah, yeah. No, don't say that I've implicated her because I haven't. I was just asking who else is
Well,
involved
no,
here, you know?
not like not to say I don't mean it like that, but how do I put it? Like Justin Bieber, like you could tell that he's gone through some things, right? And
Mm,
now finding out and kind of putting the dots where he was in his custody and what he could have been exposed to is like, oh, like to
Mhm.
imagine being like outed like that.
horrible.
That's tough. Yeah.
It's horrible. It's down to child exploitation again, isn't it?
Mhm. Mhm.
There's talk of trafficking. I don't know whether Geordie goes over it. Um, but yeah, there's talk of that as well. It's just a complete hornet's nest, a really
Well,
evil,
people are saying that,
vile hornet's nest.
yeah, because people are saying with Young Miami that their relationship is actually that of like a pimp and a prostitute.
What?
Who is that? The one I see pictures of? Who's she with?
She was at some,
But when
yeah, she
she
was
goes
at
out,
some
she's
award
almost
shows holding up a
naked.
sign.
Sorry,
Could be,
you
yeah.
talked over me again. Sorry. Say that again.
Sorry.
I'm
Huh?
waiting.
I'm sorry.
What did you
What were
say? Edna, it would be the same if Edna didn't do this to me. Okay, let's carry on.
Funny thing is this guy was never the real talent, really. Biggie was the talent. His artists were the talent. This man is nothing more than a leech on the people who made him. He's finally going to get his fucking comeuppance. Now, we have seen rappers speculate that he may try and take his own life because the last thing Diddy wants is to end up behind bars. He'd rather be dead. He hasn't got the balls for it, is basically what one of them said. And look, from everything I've read, they're all going to be victims and they deserve fucking justice. So I really hope that they can get their hands on this guy because it's clear from everything I've read, he's a piece of shit. And
Right. I think we'd all agree with that, wouldn't we?
Mhm.
100%. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick break and then we're going to go on to the other channel where they speak slightly nicer and just see what the latest is on this story, because I don't want to say that he's been, arrested if he hasn't. So yeah, just to finish it off, I think it would be nice if we just hear, the latest on it. So let's have a quick break, go off into the kitchen, do what you need to do while I decide where we're going. We're going over here, aren't we? So yeah, let's put that back on there and we'll just have a bit of music and then we'll come back and continue this discussion. What should we do? Let's play that one. See you in a bit, guys. Okay. We're back in the room. Let's stop that now. I bet the girls are still in the kitchen, but
I'm here.
ready. I'm ready for this. I've moved on to the next one. This is the one that I like to get all my information from. It's called Law and Crime Network. And looking at their videos here, it's quite interesting. Right, they keep us very updated on here. So 2 hours ago, yeah, that's the one I watched. Every celebrity who warned people about Sean Combs.
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 That's
Oh,
the
Combs, is it? Okay. Shut your
Yes.
face. No, you're getting too cocky. You're just getting too cocky. So let's have a look at this one. Seven shocking details in Sean Combs trafficking investigation. Let's have a look at this, guys.
It's time to level up your videos.
Have an
Go to
advert
motionarray.com, the ultimate marketplace for video creators. Access over
earn
1
their
million
pennies.
templates.
The singer, whose latest album is called Love, is getting a lot of hate right now. This after federal authorities have raided 2 properties linked to him, one on each coast. Sean Combs appears to be part of an investigation into a sex trafficking operation.
Right. So this one, he's actually, they're actually saying that it's sex trafficking. So yeah, he is, that's the investigation. Now, did anyone know? I know I asked the question earlier. It's just a random piece of information. Does anyone know how old he is?
He's like in his 50s.
Yeah, it's 54. He looks good for that, doesn't he? There's certainly something to be said for Black Don't Crack.
And of course, this comes as he faces multiple lawsuits that accuse him of assault and abuse, and he denies it all. We're bringing you the latest details to drop in connection with Diddy and the massive investigation. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So we have been focusing very heavily
Who says he's
on the
54?
Sean Diddy Combs story. I mean,
Yeah, I think I saw it on there. So
what's interesting about this is we actually were focusing on it, 3-4 weeks ago. I did a very big sidebar on it where I broke down all of the latest lawsuits facing the rapper, the mogul, the reported billionaire.
Right, so they're basically saying it was only a matter of time. But is the audio all right? Because it sounds very low to me.
That's kind of low.
Yeah, I wonder if I can turn that up. Hang on one sec.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can turn it up. Nope, not from there. Let's see. Settings. Audio. No, I can't see how I can turn it up. Oh, sorry, guys. It's annoying when they do
Well,
that.
why are you doing? No problem. I was just thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, as a business person, when you see those trucks, you see the all the personnel out there, like, and all the planning that had to go into this. It's so much money in the labor alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this picture here. Whoop. Oh, hang on. We'll just play the video. It's easier.
Very big deal. It is being reported that the search was pursuant to a search warrant issued through the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. Need probable cause that a crime has been committed, gathering evidence in connection of that. And clearly, a federal judge signed off on this in order for these properties to be raided. And who are they?
Yeah, we know that. We just want the seven shocking details. Come on. Where are they? That's what we want. So everyone's seen this video, have they? Where they're in here. This looks like it could be his son. He looks very young there. And somebody sat down on the ground there, but I don't know. I want these 7. I hope they've not what's the word? Clickbaited me into believing there are going to
It
be
might
7
have.
shocking details. Let's see.
What exactly they're looking for. When you talk about sex trafficking, human trafficking, you're talking about bringing people across state lines. for sexual activities for commercial profit. Commercial sex acts is another way to say it. And so what they might be looking at, you might be looking at documents, you might be looking at computers, electronic devices. One of the things that stands out to me when I think about one of these prior lawsuits, Little Rod Jones, this producer, he alleged that Sean Combs has cameras in all of his homes, and these cameras captured a lot of this illicit behavior.
That's disgusting. What a perv. Right.
Oh no, Jen,
Okay.
that's how he kept the power. Because if people know that they're recorded as being involved, that's enough
Oh,
to keep them
right.
quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's almost like blackmailing people, isn't he?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Diddy's
Because like
attorney has said this. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment. Oh my God. Oh dear, of Mr. Combs, and is nothing
seriously.
more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay. And there has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. I'm sure he will. And you'll end up with a big payday at the end of it, won't you, Mr.
Right.
Dyer?
Right. I don't understand how you could say civil liability because wasn't that Cassie's case?
I don't know anything about that case.
Okay.
But is it because they settled that he's saying that? I don't know.
Oh, is
okay.
she the
That's
one?
why. Okay.
Is she the one that he settled with immediately?
Yep.
Yes. It was like the
Oh,
next day.
okay. Right, let's see. So we're still in the. I want to find the 7. What are they talking about? 7.
March
Oh,
19,
another advert.
2024, Cairo,
That's
Egypt.
the trouble
We
when you
are,
watch long
alhamdulillah,
videos.
Rabbil
I have it
Alameen,
all
in the
the
last
time. You get
stage of
too many adverts.
It's not surprising that you
It's
see this level of
Ramadan.
force. Authorities don't know what they're going into, and they have to detain people, bring them outside, not only for their safety, but for the safety of the people they detained as well as they're going into these properties. So the level of military force, you could argue, was justified. I mentioned that these electronics were seized. We don't know what the contents of them are. We don't know exactly.
Oh, this is just a repeat of what they've just said. Oh, this is very disappointing from them because normally I learn a lot through them.
Of a man named Brendan Paul, someone who is alleged to be Combs' drug mule, alleged that he supplied him with these illicit substances. This is, I believe, an allegation in the Little Rod Jones lawsuit.
I heard that it was a basketball player or a baseball player, a professional that was delivering the drugs, that was the dealer. I don't think we're going to learn anything from here. So let's just have a quick look and see. Diddy's private plane lands at. Well, that was an hour ago. Okay, let's go into this, shall we?
Where is Diddy? The rapper and music mogul hasn't publicly surfaced since the raids in both his LA and Miami Beach homes. We're learning the property on Star Island plays prominently in the investigation. Local 10's Glenna Milberg joins us live with the details. Glenna.
Nicole, we actually have every reason to believe that Combs was actually here on Star Island at his home today. I want to show you what some reporters here are calling the Mary Poppins effect. The umbrellas there have been shielded.
Look at the size of those plants. My God, they're enormous. It's insane. Are you two nodding off, or are you watching another live stream while you're in here? I feel like I'm talking to myself today. Goodness sake. Will you pay attention, please? Oh, but I mean, those, look at the plant. I can't get over how big they are. Never mind. Carry on.
The entrance to his home, he has stayed out of sight since Homeland Security agents were here on Monday doing that search warrant, doing that raid. And since headlines after that have gone global about a sex trafficking investigation. The private guards at Two Star Island spent hours fussing with umbrellas to shield the car. If there were decoys to throw off onlookers there to track Sean Diddy Combs, it worked. Those vehicles left the house shortly before we learned Combs' private plane had landed at Opa-locka Airport just after 1. Since federal agents served one of 2 search warrants here Monday, a celebrity-soaked narrative exploded into the headlines about a sex trafficking investigation headed by federal prosecutors in New York City. That criminal case may draw witnesses.
Guys, we've still not learned, have we, whether he has actually been arrested or not?
Well, it looks like he hasn't,
Right.
because he's able to leave his house.
Yeah. I don't think he's in custody.
Where did I read that he was in custody? Right, okay, we're coming out of there, guys. Right, and I'm just going to Google it because I know that you two are dying to talk even more about this. Right, I'm just going to Google it and then we're going to go because you're a waste of time, you two. Right, P.
No, I
Diddy.
mean, like, oh, sorry.
Go on, keep talking. Keep talking, lovely.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know, it's so unfortunate. I just wish at this point it kind of feels like it's a little too late. But I mean, but not really, because I guess he was still carrying on with Young Miami. So
Right, so here,
I'm
let's
just
make this a bit bigger for you. Oh no, I've come out of my square. No, that's going to have to go less. Right, I can't have that. Right, okay. Google all. Right. 7 hours ago, it says Usher says he saw very curious things when he lived with Diddy at 13. Well, yeah, we know that. Oh look, and here's the good old British press going to throw Prince Harry into the mix. Of course they
How
are.
is Prince Harry involved?
Of course they are.
But wasn't
Good
he there?
Lord.
Was
I
he?
think all the royals have met P. Diddy. I don't think it's just specifically Harry, but the gutter press over here are going to say it was. Okay, so this is the Independent. Okay, let's see what this says. Right. Sean Diddy Combs doubles down on innocence as his alleged drug mule is arrested. So there have been some arrests, but we don't know whether he's been arrested. He's broken his silence. In a statement through his lawyer, he said it's a gross overuse of military level force, for which there was no excuse, and insisted he is innocent. So, yeah, I mean, we don't know whether he has actually been arrested or not. We know that his drug mule, Brendan Paul, 25, was arrested by federal agents. So they come off the Hussey case to deal with this. Perhaps they thought this was a bit more important than the Hussey case.
So I'm looking. It says no criminal charges have been filed.
Agents on.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Go on, Bridge.
No, I was just saying. It says that no charges have been filed. He hasn't been. I don't think he has been arrested.
Oh, okay. So he could.
It says none of these claims about Sean Combs' arrest have been supported by evidence. Investigators have not said whether Combs has been arrested following raids on the rapper's property on Monday. None of the videos posted on TikTok have attempted to answer the question meaningfully. Investigators have said that they will provide further information as it becomes available.
Okay. So, okay, yeah, that's where I got it from. Brendan Paul is a ex-basketball star, and he was arrested as the drug mule. So poor Brendan looks like he's going to be the one that gets it.
Looks like he already got a little bit. That's a rough picture for a basketball player.
Where? Yeah, where? Which one? Which one are you talking about? Here?
Oh, the mugshot. Are we talking about the white man?
Yeah. The other guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
he looked a little. Well, I'm not trying to talk about the man, but I'm just saying he.
He looked
I don't know.
weedy.
Just
We'd call him
yeah.
weedy over here. I'm just wondering whether Hussey's case will come up here somewhere. I've got to get off here now.
I'm wondering about the what do you call it? His affiliation with other people like TD Jakes, because they were saying that he was involved in some of these parties. Like, he had attended, So I wonder like how involved because people are saying that this is bigger than Diddy.
Bigger
Yes,
than him?
that's what they. Yeah, because of the amount of people that are involved, probably. So 50 cents or 50 Cent reacts after Sean Diddy Combs. That's a stupid name, Combs. It should be Combs. Los Angeles and Miami homes raided by home security. I've lost the will to live now with you two. I'm not having you up here again.
How are you gonna say that his name was stupid? That's the name he was born with.
Oh no, but it's a stupid name. So apparently 50 Cent posted on Instagram, shit just got real. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So does he know about it?
50 Cent is a troll. He's
Oh, is
always
he?
into
Yeah.
mess. Yeah, he's always into
He's
mess.
the biggest troll. Yeah. I mean, kind of in a light. Well, I don't think he goes like crazy with it, but he definitely trolls a lot.
Yep.
Oh, does he? I like a good
Yeah, like
troll. When I'm
like he
bored,
Yeah,
I
was
like
you.
doing.
a troll.
Yeah, you would like
There's a
him. You would like
video.
him.
Yeah, he was just posted driving down the street, or no, I think he was sitting in his car, and somebody was like dancing down the street, just kind of like not really dancing well, but just kind of grooving to whatever music they were listening to, and he was giving his commentary. He's like, "What in the world music are they listening to?" But like it was just funny the way he was trolling the guy. So I mean, he can be funny.
We're totally out of of topic. But look at this. Look, she had septuplets in 1997, and her husband left. This is them today. Oh, that was nice. That was nice of him. What a twat. What a twonk. So anyway, right, let's look at the allegations. Here are the allegations. Are they actually going to tell us? Oh, apparently he's now facing multiple civil lawsuits accusing him of sex trafficking, sexual abuse, and the R word, which I don't really want to say. Why is
Okay.
that civil? Why is that not criminal lawsuits?
Mm, it's probably easier to prove in civil.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we need to find like a legal person that, can really dive into the difference between all this because like on YouTube video. Because I know there was a woman that was going through Cassie's case, like the dispositions, like page by page, explaining everything. So they're on here. I'm sure I'm sure people are gonna get into it.
Emily D. Baker usually does all that.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what I don't know who to because I was watching somebody watching her, so it was layers.
So these are the people like Cassie Ventura. Sounds like a holiday camp, sort of a holiday destination. I'm going to Cassie Ventura. Right, okay. She filed a lawsuit in 2023, okay, alleging that she was trafficked. Oh my God. Oh, I heard some awful stories where he's actually, really hurt the women, I think. And look how beautiful she is. Absolutely stunning.
Because
And
he made her cut her hair. She had to wear certain nail polish. And then they were looking at like all of his ex-girlfriends. All of them had the same nail polish. Like they have to have long nails with white nail polish.
What a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
But he settled, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I
Dear
think he was even going with Steve Harvey's daughter too at one point.
Okay.
Lord.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know what? I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, because she was it was because she saw him and one of his sons.
Yep. Yep.
Or at
Oh
least
my
that's what people are
God,
saying.
really?
The
Yeah.
son was going with her before Diddy went with her.
Ugh, that's
Yep.
disgusting. That's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. All these women here, look, that have taken him to court. More women came forward. Okay. It's insane. All right. Well, I think we've covered enough of this. You girls are obviously doing other things.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just being stupid.
Jen, this is a bit look I think what it is that you're hyped up because of the true
Yeah.
crime. But this is Wellness Wednesday. We're chill, we're relaxed, we're just having a chin wag. What is the
You said
Wednesday
you liked it.
waffle?
You said you liked the the true
Yeah, I
crime.
love
That's
it.
why I
But you're
thought I'd
asking why we're no, but you're asking why we're so calm, why we're quiet, because it's Wellness
oh,
Wednesday.
No, I
see.
It's
think
not drama Friday.
I think it's because like we've been hearing stuff about Diddy like for like decades now and all the
Yes,
stuff that he's
Yeah.
done, you know? Because I
Yeah.
remember like in the
It's like
90s
about time.
Yeah.
that what's her name? That video vixen Superhead. She came out with her book. That was like in 90
Karina Stephens or Karine
uh,
Stephens.
yeah, she came out with her book in like the late 90s and he was in it and she was talking about all the freaky stuff he was doing. So,
But
Oh.
see, the thing
yeah.
is, if he was doing the stuff that we're hearing about now back then, she really like tamed it down. Like from my understanding, I never read the book, but just
I
like
read the book and she was talking about how he basically paid for her. She came over late at night and like his little guard let her in and stuff and led her to a room where he was in there. It was dark and stuff like that. And then she started talking about all the dildos he had and
Oh
stuff
my
like
God.
that. Like she said he was a freak.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
but that's
And
not the same as having multiple men, interacting, you know what I mean, drugs.
and I think his wife was in the house at the time too. His wife
Oh
was like in the
I
God.
didn't know
next
he was
room.
married. Who did he marry?
He has that wife, what's her name? Kim Porter.
Oh, I didn't. I
The
thought
one that
that
died.
she was just like the right, but I thought that was his girlfriend. I never thought that he married her.
Oh, they were together for so long. I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, I understand. It's just that that was one thing that was just kind of, I don't know, sad about that too, because it's why would you have some, I don't know, just don't understand men that like have a woman, kids, all this stuff, like that's the love of your life. Everybody knew, like obviously you thought that was his wife, and he'd rather do this stuff than to commit to her and like have a, I don't
Well, I
know,
think even back
wholesome
then
or decent family.
in the book, Superhead was alluding to the fact that he was gay, but nobody believed her. Nobody believed her because she was a hoe basically. So nobody believed her.
No, that's
Understand what?
interesting, isn't it? It's like, people it's like with even with Will Smith, people have been saying he's gay,
Oh yeah.
and it's like, they seem to see it as like an insult.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't really be seen as an insult. I think
Mm-hmm.
you should be looking not so much at the sexuality of the person, but look at what he's actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
gravity has got nothing to do with his sexuality. So yeah,
Exactly.
I just don't
Because
like
it's
it.
not gross because it's with a man. It's gross because you're making them, you're forcing them, you're degrading them.
Yeah, exactly. And who in their house has all those cameras everywhere? I mean, it's just so sordid.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I don't know,
something.
with that kind of money and to have probably the number of people come through his house is he probably does. I can understand having a lot of cameras in your house.
I tell you what, Bridge, when Edna gets rich and famous, we're not going to go and visit her, okay? Because
She's gonna have cameras all in the house.
we're
No,
going to
I'm
be
just gonna be
filmed
in a secure
everywhere.
building. No, I'm not. No, I don't. Actually, no, because I do taxes, so I have people's sensitive information out all the time. So I don't. So what's funny is all are always covered.
Yeah, she's going to have all the excuses under the sun. So
I
when
feel
she says,
like Edna, why is this camera in the bathroom though?
oh, or in the sauna. Why is it in the sauna, Edna? Oh, bless her. Anyway, girls, I'm going to let you go. Early night tonight. And I don't know what we're going to talk about on Friday yet. There's so much going on. But do you know what I find? Really straight. Well, I'll say it. I don't want to touch on the cobra and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, it's sort of I don't know. I don't know what we're going to cover this week.
Well, you got the girl that you just did that video on. I thought that was really good. I had to go back. I had to go and watch her channel and her video to see everything that she said.
Which
That
one?
was pretty good. What's her name? Kara.
Oh, Kalari. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard. That's what I was thinking of too. That would be good. Because people were
Okay,
talking about, yeah.
do you know what I like about her? Is that she's totally honest. And, she's like, look, this is how I look. I don't give a toss.
Yep.
And I just wish
She
everybody was
cammed up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's like, this is what I look like. Okay, I'm missing teeth at the front. I'm big. That's who I am. Just get over it. And I wish everybody was like that. I wish people didn't pretend to be people
Yeah,
that
these
they
people will tear you apart. You hear what they're saying about her?
What I loved in her video too, she was just like, I don't care what you say about me. She said, you really think that's going to affect me? She said, I've been fat, black, and short my whole life. And she was just like, my family has talked about me, so you can't say anything about me.
Yeah, I love that.
Still
I
hate to
love
hear
that
it.
about her. I'd love to. I think she's a really interesting person. I'd love to have her on panel. Actually, there's only one guarded thing I have, and that is that she said she likes eerie pepperoni. So that would be a bit of a problem for me. But yeah, I just find her interesting, and it's nice to see, somebody new on the horizon. I'd quite like to sort of get out of girl world in a way. As far as Drama Friday, but sadly, it's hard. And these people keep doing the most stupid things. That's why I did the standalone Your Mama video yesterday. It's like I can't believe this guy. I just can't believe him.
He's just so hypocritical. I
know, and it's like. I just can't. And I watched some of it back earlier. I just put it on and while I'm doing my housework. And I was listening to it yesterday and I thought, oh shit, why didn't I say or today rather when I was playing it? And I was like, oh, I wish I'd said this and I wish I'd said that. Because I think what happened was I reacted to it too soon after the event and I was too sort of wound up. And I much prefer to sort of come at it like when I'm more relaxed and I can really get my thoughts into what I want to say. So I was a bit annoyed with myself at that, but hey, it's like he's just getting worse, Bridge.
I think he really is. It's like the things that he says, I think are like totally ridiculous. I don't know.
And it's really weird because lately he's been getting a hell of a lot of new memberships. I actually said something on Twitter today. There's somebody called, is it No Name?
Yeah.
And
No Name, just making it rain on everybody. Half the chat had a membership.
Yeah, and she gives 10 membership or 50 memberships or 20 member. It's insane.
50?
I think she did. I think maybe I'm wrong.
Or
Maybe
even
I'm wrong.
20 is a lot. That's a
Maybe that
lot.
was the aviation one. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, he has been, it's been raining memberships
Wow.
over there. But the funny thing is, I wonder how many of those members are going to sign up again next month. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Because like whenever I'm gifted a membership, like I never sign up again. I never sign
Yeah, I've
up.
noticed. Yeah, I did notice that too. All right.
Appreciate
I
the
know
gift
him a
though,
friend
but
Oh dear.
that's
But
what's funny. I think they. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go on, I'd stopped.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of Husky, I was gifted a membership over there, but being on Twitch, they have those ads like mid-stream and everything. I hate it. So, but I don't think I'm
You
gonna
were
be gifted any more memberships over there.
you were gifted a membership in Huzzy's chat.
Yeah, well, they can. On Twitch, you can choose who you give the membership to.
Okay, and they chose you.
Yeah, I think I don't know. They were new.
I bet that's wonderful. I bet you thought it was Christmas, didn't you?
I love it because I hate the ad. I hate that.
Yeah.
Mm. Anyway, so you'll be with us on Friday, will you, Edna, or will you be sort of off there being membered up?
With the berries? No, I'm taking a tolerance break, right? So I'm sober.
Oh, you just
So
make me
I'll be
laugh.
here.
Anyway, girlies, thanks a lot. Thanks, Bridge.
Yes,
And
thanks for joining us, Bridge.
She's left the room.
Thank you.
She's left the room. Been so boring today. Sorry, guys. All right. So hopefully see you on Friday. Lovely to have you in. Lovely to have the chat, which sort of ground to a halt about half an hour ago. But Lee, do you know what? We don't care. So we'll see you on Friday.
That's just on the replay, right?
Yeah. Oh, and thank you so much for everybody that watches the replay, because we do get a few people that watches it. So yeah, you take care of yourselves out there, everybody, because it's a rotten old world. Bye bye for now.